Hey, wow, it's been a minute. This is crazy. Twitch requires additional permissions to send messages. The hell does that mean? Hold on. What does this mean? The fuck is you talking about? I don't want to do all that. Yeah, fuck all that. Alright. Alright, testing. Test. I think we're good. I don't have the best microphone for this because it's a dynamic microphone, so if you want to sound good, you got to speak directly into the mic. Um, then I have an audio mixer here, which helps the sound. But I also have noise suppression on, so hopefully it doesn't mess anything up. Hopefully it doesn't cut out my voice when I'm talking. Okay. All right. So we got the man Dean Withers and Andrew Wilson. Okay, let me just make sure. It's been so long since I've streamed on both Twitch and YouTube. So let me make sure we're Gucci. See how this works. YouTube.com/at Brandon Mees. I do not like that thumbnail. Why is it doing that? Why does it look like that? Hold on. Let me open up the app and see if it looks any different. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. Hold on. Because I was trying to get it to where I show up in the YouTube Shorts, but it doesn't look like it's going to allow me to do that. What should I do? What should I do? On Twitch, it shouldn't be like that. On Twitch, I have it in horizontal mode. Okay, let me make sure I'm good on Twitch. Okay. It looks fine on Twitch. I do not like how it looks on YouTube. I thought I would show up in the YouTube Shorts. That's why I tried to do the horizontal thing. I might have to restart. Oh no, there it goes. W. Okay, that's a fucking massive W. Okay, it's working. All right. Hello everyone. Or nobody. All right, so I wanted to review this because I watched it live. I was in the gym when I watched this go down, and it was so bad. Oh my God, it wasn't even really a debate. Hold on, if I'm gonna drink a white monster, dude. You know what time it is. You know what time it is, dude. You know what time it is. All right, let's try not to get copyrighted. All right, let's watch this.
For whatever reason, because you have some bad history with him. Can we select a different venue for this live debate?
This venue. Yeah, sure. Let's select this venue right here.
Now, an in-person debate.
Okay, why do you want it to be in person?
Well, because you cheat, Dean.
Oh my God, Andrew, you can't.
Literally
do
have
this.
his
Can
camera
I
on.
can I give you
Yeah,
can I
I
give you
have
my
a-
reference? Can I give you my reference for your cheating?
No, I have a, I have
That
a,
is
I
kinda
have
funny.
a counter offer.
That is
So
kinda
here's
funny,
what we'll
come
do. This will be really funny, and the clips will be like top tier.
Mhm.
What we should do is we should both turn on our webcams.
For anybody that doesn't know, he's talking about when he debated Nick Fuentes, and I guess Parker was sending him DMs throughout the debate. So that's what he's talking about with the cheating thing. Okay, how about you play?
Hands up in the air,
Mhm.
and I will
And
I will
wave him like you just
steamroll
don't
you
care.
anywhere. And honestly, I think it's a compliment that you say that I cheat because that just tells me
Mhm.
that I'm good at what I do.
Okay. Well, let's. I'll tell you what. Turn on your webcam. Put
So
on the
true,
blindfold. Let's
King.
go.
Okay, I gotta get going now, but
Yeah. Goodbye, Parker.
Appreciate
See you
y'all.
later.
Have fun, Dean.
Let's do it, Dean.
All right, I have about 10 minutes here before me and my girlfriend go down to Best Buy.
Get the blindfold on, Dean. Stop talking.
Oh, you don't like it when I talk? Not a lot of
Yeah, I'm
good
just.
things to do.
We'll talk as soon as you hold your end of the bargain, which you're bad at doing.
This is
All right,
ridiculous,
Mr.
dude.
Andrew, so go ahead and give me the argument here. Why is salute shaming a good thing?
Yeah. Get your blindfold on first, Dean.
You're funny, Andrew.
I know.
Also, I will ask you just.
What about when you were saying the N slur? Was your heart racing there?
Oh no, because that's when I was 14 and a lot like you. I bet you're mad that I was just as mature as you are today at the age of 14, sir. You should grow up, kind of
Oh
like.
man. Oh boy, you got me
Oh
with
my
that.
god.
All right, you got your blindfold
So
on.
cringe.
Good.
Dude, it's
Yeah,
so
I
cringe.
think that social shaming in general is good, and I think that if you want to see less salutes in society, that social shame is going to assist with that.
All right, now I would like.
Okay, right there. Okay. Now the question was, why is salute shaming good? And all Andrew said was, well, if you want less salutes, then salute shaming will accomplish that goal. But that doesn't. That's not like that's not giving like an argument for why it's good. You're just saying, well, if you have the goal, then doing this is conducive towards that goal, right? It's not telling Dean why it's a good thing, right?
Like to pick up where you left off with the prior guest. You had asked that guest why they do not think that promiscuity is wrong, and then they were like, I don't think it's wrong because I feel like I don't think it's wrong. And you said,
Sure.
well, you actually have to give reason. And I'd actually
No, I didn't. No, Dean, that's incorrect. I didn't say.
Let me
you
not
have to
cover
reason.
up.
I
let me
just
not
said
cover
if
up Dean
your
here.
reason-
Let me move to the other
If
side.
your reason is just because I feel that way,
Oh, okay.
then it's
Look
a
at that.
perfectly good
Good
counter
time.
to say, well, then my reason is because I feel that way.
perfect. So I'll expand a little bit on what she was trying to say, as I would entail that given my own position. Promiscuity, I do not believe.
What do you? Well, wait, hang on. What do you mean you would entail? What does that mean?
Can you repeat what I just said? I'm talking so fast.
Yeah, well, I just want to make sure that I understand what you mean by entail. An entailment is what?
I give an X is typically what an entailment is. But to clarify on what
Wait, can you say that again? I didn't hear you. You're very quiet.
why give an X is what an entailment is. But what have you just given? Oh my God. Okay.
I don't understand. I just want to know what an entailment is.
Yeah, I told you with.
See, this is like trolling, right? It just seems like because it's not relevant, right? Dean should have re-asked the question, why is salute shaming good, right? All you did was say, well, if you have this goal, then can I just say slut shaming? God damn. If you have this goal, then doing this is then slut shaming is conducive towards that goal, right? But you're not saying why the goal is good, right? So Dean should have re-asked that question. And then for some reason, I mean, Dean did use entail in a weird way there. I don't know why he said entailed. But to get stuck on the semantics of what Dean means by entail, that seems pedantic and irrelevant. I don't know why that's relevant, because all Dean was saying is, I'm going to give you my view. That's basically what he's saying, if you interpret him charitably. But, I mean, I think Dean kind of falls for it, right? He kind of goes down this rabbit hole of trying to define what he means by entailment.
An entailment is. It's why.
Okay,
given,
tell me again, but be very clear.
Why given X?
Why given X is an entailment?
Yeah. Now I'm going to go back to what I was saying. I don't think.
Yeah, can you walk me through how y given X what that
Holy
means?
Shit, Andrew, you want to do anything?
I want to
without
be
really
highly
saying why
specific
your
with our
position on
language.
shaming is
Dean,
wrong.
semantics are super important in a debate. You agree, right?
They're not important in this context, right? Because you understanding what he meant by entail there, it doesn't seem relevant for you giving an argument for why slut shaming is good, right? It doesn't seem relevant. And also, what Dean's talking about, he's not defining entailments. It just sounds like he's giving what he thinks is an example of an entailment. So he's not actually defining entailment. When I typically use entailment, I'm just talking about some sort of conclusion that follows from a set of premises or something. And it sounds like what Dean is giving some sort of like implication, like if X then Y, right? But once again, this just does not seem relevant whatsoever.
Right?
I actually don't think that the use of that word in that context was important at all, as it wasn't
Yeah.
relevant to.
Well,
That's right.
It's a philosophical term. It's relevant. So can you just very quickly walk me through?
So-
I don't think it's relevant.
Well, I'm sorry. So when
Can you
we're doing
demonstrate relevance
when
in
we're
me telling
doing
you
when we're doing a
intelligence,
debate,
that's not
yeah,
relevant
when we're
to
doing
conversation
if we're
whatsoever.
doing a debate, a philosophical debate,
You know
and you
what?
say the word
What's a fire truck? I think that's relevant.
yeah,
You can find
yeah.
a
So
fire
anyway,
truck.
so if we're doing a philosophical debate and you're talking about semantics and you say a word like entailment, which is a loaded philosophical term, I need to know what you mean by that.
Okay.
Hold on. I don't think entailment is like a loaded term, right? I think generally speaking, if you're in these sort of philosophy spaces, when somebody says something is entailed or this proposition is an entailment from other propositions, I think generally speaking, if you're in these sort of spaces, you know what that means, right? So it's not like it's typically a loaded term. So I don't know why he's saying that it's loaded in some sense. So that's strange. I don't know why that would be true.
Well, how about I refuse because I want to stay on track. So you're making
Hang on. This is on track. You don't have the mute button. We're doing
my
a philosophical debate. Can you please explain to me what entailment means?
Ah,
And once again, Dean fucked up by trying to give his view first instead of staying linear, right? Bro did not stay linear. He should have stayed linear and stuck on why is slut shaming good, right? Because we haven't heard an answer to that question. Andrew gave what sounded like an answer, but it didn't actually answer the question. He just said, well, if you have this goal, then doing this is conducive towards that goal, or it helps reach this goal, or something like that. But it's not explaining why the goal is good, right? Why is slut shaming good? That should be the question on the table right now. But Dean is letting Andrew kind of just drag him all over the place. Which kudos to Andrew, right? I mean, he's been in these sort of debate spaces for a while now, so he knows how to navigate these sort of things and what's the word I'm looking for? Take control of the conversation and have the sort of dialectical advantage in these debates. So he is fairly good at that. So I'll give him props for that.
all right. Such as a logical entailment. It's just gonna say if X is true, then Y must also be true.
Yeah. See, that sounds like an implication. Which, I mean, if you want to call that an entailment, I mean, I guess that's. I don't know if I would. I probably wouldn't call that an entailment. Like I said, in like the strict sense, that's just going to be some sort of conditional statement or implication, right? If X, then Y. It's just an if-then statement. Like I said, what I take an entailment to be is just going to be like a conclusion that follows from a set of premises. And I'm not going to pull up the SEP right now to get the quote unquote correct definition or how it's typically used in philosophical circles. I'm not going to do that.
But I don't.
No,
see-
that's not what an entailment is.
Okay, that's how I use the term entailment. Do you use it?
You use your
Right, he did okay, yeah, that's fair too. I keep pausing. You ask him what he meant by the word, and he told you what he meant by the word. And now you're saying, well, that's not what the word means. Well, that's what he means by the word, and that's what Dean is saying. So it sounds like he answered your question because you asked him what he meant by the word, right? And he answered that. He gave you what he meant by the word. He's just saying if X is true, then Y is true. Y is going to follow in some sense. So I don't know. It's just, once again, Andrew's just kind of dragging Dean all over the place, and Dean's going for the ride. He's He's going for it.
Your own term for philosophical entailment?
When we
Really?
define any words that we use in any colloquial sense, in any conversation.
Yeah, you can, but they have to make sense. So all you mean by entailment is if X, then Y?
Yes.
No. Oh, okay. Well, then I'll remember that that's what entailment means. Go ahead.
Thank you. So now, anyways, back to what matters, because you don't want to talk about it. You're making the claim that I have to have some reason to justify the position that.
Bro, I got a stand-up desk, you know? I can fucking... Look at this. I can go like this. I can set it down, you know what I'm saying? I love this shit. I can just sit down if I want to. But we're not going to. We're going to go back up. So I want to stand up. I want to stand up. All right.
It's that promiscuity isn't wrong.
I didn't make that claim.
Okay, you made that claim to the prior.
When did I make the claim?
See, why is Dean moving the proposition? Why is he doing that? What did he just ask?
That I have to have some reason to justify the position that promiscuity isn't wrong.
I didn't make that claim.
Okay, you made that.
Why are we talking about if promiscuity is wrong, right? You came into this wanting an argument for why slut shaming is good. Why are we talking about is promiscuity wrong? Well, why are you moving it to that? You should be re-asking the question, why is slut shaming good?
Claim to the prior.
When did I make the claim?
To the prior
What was my actual position? Can you steel man it for me?
Of course. You made the claim,
Go ahead.
well, first of all, she made the statement that it's not bad because I feel like it's not bad. And then you made the statement, well, if you want to say that, then I could say it's bad because I feel like it's bad. But
Yeah, what's wrong? What's the problem with that?
yeah, because I would say that we have to posit reason for any positive statement, even in the
Why?
negativity.
Yeah, why?
Because we should have reason for the things that we believe.
Why?
Because we want to be reasonable people. Are you saying that?
Yeah, but that doesn't wait. So we should use reason because we should use reason, Dean?
Yeah.
Is that right,
That's-
Dean? We should use reason
That's
because
not
we should
what he
use
said.
reason? Boy,
Exactly.
you really thought that one out.
I mean, he's basically just giving he's just giving some sort of conditional statement again. If you want to be a reasonable person, then you should give reasons for the things you believe, right? He's just giving another implication, right? He's just giving some sort of conditional statement. If you want to be a reasonable person, then you should give reasons for the beliefs that you have, right? He's not saying we should use reason. Or wait, what? How did he characterize it?
Yeah.
Is that right, Dean? So we should use reason because we should use reason, Dean?
Yeah, I didn't hear him say we should use reason because we should use reason, right? I heard him say if you want to be a reasonable person, then we should give reasons for the things that we believe. That's how I'm interpreting what Dean's saying.
Yeah.
Is that right, Dean? We should use reason because we should use reason? Boy, you really thought that one out.
In fact, that's not what I said. That was a.
He's fucking stupid. How did you ever think you could take me on, Dean? All right. So we should use reason because we
Wait,
should use
Andrew, I'd
reason. Go
actually
ahead.
like to clarify that. I actually think it's funny that you think you could take me on because the only way
You're
that
getting destroyed, Dean. It's not, dude. It's not even close. But keep going.
Andrew,
I
that's the
can't wait to
thing.
hear.
I'm not getting destroyed at all because you just told me the only way to justify.
Yeah, just keep
it
telling
is
yourself
to be
that.
unreasonable. You keep.
Maybe rhetorically, I don't think he's like getting completely destroyed or something, but maybe Andrew is winning rhetorically right now. But it's not like he's shown anything that Dean has said is like false or something, other than maybe the entailment thing. But he didn't even really show him that, well, the sort of definition you're using for entailment is idiosyncratic or something. He didn't even give an argument for that or like what the typical usage of that word is. He just said, okay, I'll remember that you use that definition. So maybe rhetorically he's destroying him, but other than that, there's not really been any substance so far. It's just kind of been like the sort of pedantic obfuscation. I don't know.
Keep telling yourself.
No. You said that reason. You said the reason that we should use reason is because it's reasonable.
Actually, that's not what I said. I'd like to correct.
Okay, then why should we use reason? Dean?
Yeah, because axiomatically speaking, we should all want to be reasonable individuals, and being a reasonable.
What is that? Well, wait. Okay, well,
I don't know what that means either. To be fair, yeah, I don't know what that means. Axiom. What?
speaking, we should all want to be reasonable. I'd like to correct.
Okay, then why should we use reason? Dean?
Yeah, because axiomatically speaking, we should all want to be reasonable individuals. And being a reasonable
Because axiomatically speaking, we should want to be. Is he just saying it's self-evidently true that we should want? It's self-evidently true that we should want to be reasonable people. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what that means. God damn. Okay, I'm just not going to think about that because I don't know what that means.
What is that? Well, wait. Okay, well, Dean, axiomatically speaking, we shouldn't all be reasonable.
reasonable person, Andrew? Oh, he's
Yeah,
gonna
it's
be so
actually
wrong.
it's just an axiom, Dean.
Argue the
It's just an
position.
axiom, Dean. What's wrong with an
Tell me
axiom?
that you don't want to be a reasonable person. Tell me that you
Well,
don't
if
want to justify
you
what
state
believe in
if you
with
state that
reason. You
axiomatically,
can't even argue.
you're still spurging, Dean.
I'm
You're still
taking the
spurging.
blindfold off.
You're
because
spurging. Why?
I've
Because
gone
you
to the
because
point
you're
Oh
of-
freaking
man,
out.
he could have.
Dean, you're spurging.
Oh,
Bad.
trying to pause it.
An
Not working.
unreasonable-
I mean, he could have really went for. Hold on. Putting shoes on. He could have had a decent rhetorical dunk there, but he kind of blew it because he's probably a little excited right now, right? But
You're
whatever.
really spurging, Dean.
Unjustified claims without evidence in order to
Boy,
make
you're
sure
really
that someone
spurging, Dean.
works.
So anyway, Dean, when you say that something
wait,
something
hold
is
on, hold on.
axiomatic,
Wait. Sorry, Andrew, I got to interrupt. Dean, you're in
Dude,
breach.
this is.
You're breaching the agreed upon terms.
yeah,
Put
but he
the
does
blindfold
that.
Back on.
Oh,
They do lie. He does lie a lot.
I'm in like the ninth circle of hell here. I have a blindfold on my face. He's screaming at me. Why should you be?
Please, for the love of God, bring it back to the original proposition. Please, for the love of God, make Andrew give an argument for why slut shaming is good. Please do that. Jesus fucking Christ.
You know,
Nobody screamed. No, the only one screaming is you, Dean.
Do you have a pink blindfold you could use?
no, I don't.
So anyway, Dean, why should we use axioms?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm not answering.
I don't understand.
Dude, you gotta, like, come on. Dean, fuck. When he asks you, why should you... Hold on. What was the exact question? I don't want to
Blindfolds you could
mischaracterize.
use?
No, I don't.
So anyway, Dean, why should we use axioms?
Yeah, when he asks you, why should we use axioms? Ask him what he means by should there, right? You can play the game too. But I think that's actually a fair question. What do you mean by should? Right? What do you mean by should there? That would be my question.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm not answering.
I don't understand what you're not going to answer my question. You don't know why we should use axioms.
Yeah, because I want to debate you on your position that slut shaming.
Yeah, and we are debating on the position. We're starting with with what you consider a philosophical entailment, which is if A then B. Okay, you seem to be very upset, Dean. Do you want to do this debate or not?
Yeah, I asked you a question. Walk me through.
Okay, what's the question?
The original prompt. Demonstrate. The
Yeah,
right.
we're talking
There
about
you
the
go.
original prompt. I'm talking to you right now about the original prompt. You say that so your criticism, if I can steel man you, if you don't mind, is that an entailment is if A then B. Okay, but also that
Why the fuck are we talking about the whole entailment word again? Why the fuck are we doing that, dude?
correct for me to do an internal critique of somebody else's position if they say that based on their feelings X is true, and I can't say, well, then therefore based on my feelings Y is true. So then we went into metaethics, which we would have to do in order to make a determination about truth claims at all, about knowledge claims at all.
What the fuck is he saying, dude? What is he saying? Hold on, listen to this.
Feelings Y is true. So then we went into metaethics, which we would have to do in order to make a determination about truth claims at all.
Then we got into metaethics, which we would have to do to determine truth claims at all. There are plenty of truth claims or true propositions that have nothing to do with metaethics.
All about knowledge claims at all. And so we're starting with the premise of what is an axiom and why ought we use one, Dean?
Why are we starting with that? Because the original question was, why is slut shaming good? Right? That was the original proposition.
Okay, Andrew. So here's where you misstepped. So it was on the second part where you said that I had said that in order for her position to be true, that yours also has to be true.
Whoops.
And you're saying that I denied that. I'll go ahead and reposit my claim. However, I'd like
Okay.
to
No,
to Andrew,
don't do
to
that.
Brian, and to everybody.
Don't reposit your claim, dude. Ask for the argument for the original prompt, right? Why is slut shaming good? Once again, getting dragged around.
watching. That if you just allow me a minute to speak. Andrew doesn't feel comfortable talking about what really matters here, such as the morality of slut shaming. And Ryan,
Well, hang on. Morality. Wait. Well, we're talking about meta ethics. That is related to morality. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out from your perspective why we should use axioms when we're making moral claims.
I actually was making a descriptive claim. You can't track.
Okay, what's descriptive about your claim?
Yes, I said that I said that we should be reasonable.
That's an ought claim, not a descriptive claim.
But the should there when it,
What does the word should mean, Dean?
should can exist in a normative.
You should really take my course on debating, Dean. It would help you.
So no, when we're talking about normativity, you could have a normative ought and a non-normative ought, and typically when
What's a non-normative ought?
yeah, because they're going to be conducive to some goal, right? Aside from like your ethical principles. Like for instance, I could give you an
Okay. Oh, so wait a second. I just want to make sure.
like I could
You
give I
can.
could
You're
give you-
making a moral claim that is not an ought claim. Is that
well,
correct?
No, it's not a moral claim. Yet it
Okay, I understand what Dean's saying. He's just saying the sense that he was using should there is like to say, if I'm thirsty, then I should go to my fridge and grab a bottle of water or something, right? So there's just like some sort of consistency relation where going to the fridge and getting a bottle of water is going to be consistent with the with quenching your thirst, something like that. Which I understand what he's saying, but once again, we're just getting lost in the sauce. I don't know why we're talking about this. I don't know why we're talking about axioms. I don't know how Dean let Andrew take control of the conversation and start critiquing his view. And he hasn't really given his view on the prompt, right? We're just talking about axioms and entailments for some reason, and normativity and oughts. Like, I don't know how Dean let him drag him to this point, but
is
No, it's not a moral claim.
right. For instance, if we're playing chess and the best move for me to make is to move a pawn up a square, I'd say it'd be good for me to move that pawn. But when I say it'd be good for me to move that pawn, am I saying it's a morally good thing for me to move that pawn, Andrew?
No, but if you're making a moral claim when you say should,
Well, then
if you're making a moral, you made a moral claim and said should though. That's an ought for morality. Okay, but go ahead, restate your position. Go ahead.
Dean, just I'm
No,
letting
don't
you
mute him,
guys
Brian.
both
Never
speak.
mute him. Unmute him.
I'm gonna let them both speak, but you guys got to let.
dude, okay, so I was listening. This is totally off topic. I was listening to Brian from the Whatever podcast the other day on These Two Girls Live, and he is not a smart person. He just does not seem like a intelligent human being whatsoever. And I've also seen clips of the podcast that he does as well. And I think that's why he brought up Andrew. Andrew's like his little German Shepherd guard dog or something, right? He's going to protect him against people that are more competent in debate and just, I don't know, or just more knowledgeable on a given subject. Because I was watching a clip with Brian, and I forget exactly what was happening, but the people on the podcast were having a conversation about, I don't remember what they were talking about, but they were having like a good back and forth. They were having a good debate. And then Brian out of nowhere just goes, "So what's your body count?" It's like, oh my God, dude, you're a complete fucking retard, aren't you? Like, what the, what? That has nothing to do with what's being said right now. Why did you just say that? Oh my God. He's like these room temperature IQ people on TikTok that are obsessed with talking about body count, right? He just got lucky with this podcast or something. Because like I said, he doesn't seem like a smart guy. Not going to lie.
Let each other talk, okay? Just
Okay.
finish your
Fair
sentence.
enough. Go ahead, Dean.
Go ahead, Dean. Go ahead.
Thank you. So I'm happy that I could clear up that non-normative oughts could exist with my example of a chess game. Now that we move past this pedantic bullshit, Here's what I want to tell you. You cannot give
Well,
me
no. Well, hang on. There's just one more clarifier.
No,
when you say
you don't wanna-
normative,
No, you don't want to tell him anything, right? You want to ask him what's the fucking argument for why slut shaming is good. That's what you should be doing. And that's a non-normative bot that I'm using there. If you have the goal of wanting him to present the argument, then asking for the argument is conducive towards accomplishing that goal.
you said a non-normative
Oh my God,
claim.
Andrew, I'm gonna give you
I
five-
just want to make, bro. I just want to make sure when you
You're
say
not completing me
normative,
on the topic. You're running away.
I just want to make sure when you say normative going forward,
Just keep
you're
in
not
mind, I'm giving
saying
you 5 strikes.
you're not saying ought, right? When you say normative, you're not saying ought. You're saying something else.
So once again, I've described this to you twice already. I'll describe it for a third time. You could have normative should claims, meaning that it's morally good to do something, and you could have descriptive should claims, insofar as it's conducive towards a goal. That would not.
Got it. So what was the descriptive part of your claim?
Yeah, it's like the descriptive part of the claim was to say that we
Getting
should
dragged.
be reasonable
Getting dragged.
insofar as that's conducive towards the goal of a higher level of rationale. Now, if you will let me get back to the fucking topic, all you want to do in this meta conversation, because you can't give me one good reason why promiscuity is wrong.
You give me a good reason why you should not be promiscuous?
Why is promiscuity inherently wrong?
Oh, inherently wrong. Well, let's clear up a few terms. So I just want to make sure, what does wrong mean?
Something you shouldn't do in this sense.
No, don't do that, dude. Say under your semantics, right? Just say under whatever you mean by wrong. Right?
Okay, so it is a normative claim?
Yeah, I'm guessing you're making a normative claim with your background, Andrew.
Well, I just want to make sure. So when we say wrong,
Because it's your
okay, but Dean, there's a reason we're clearing this up. When you say wrong, you mean immoral, right?
Yeah, wrong means shouldn't, means immoral, and the normative sense that you're describing when you make the claim that slut shaming is good. I'm guessing you mean that normatively, right?
As a moral ought.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm running a counter argument against you. I'm internally critiquing your stance. So when I say, give me a reason why
I see.
it's wrong, go for it.
Yeah. So let's dive through this. So we'll just kind of start at the beginning, and then we'll move it through until we get to the
I've
end.
got 5 more minutes. I just want to make that clear.
Okay. Yeah. So let's start with a normative claim that shame is a useful tool. Okay. Well, I'll start with this. Shame is a useful tool when you're trying to mold society into, X thing that you want. Shame can be a useful tool.
It's conducive towards some goal, right? But why?
Why
Okay.
we ought to use shame is because we can utilize that as some type of imperative to any type of morality that we're trying to produce in society. Society, use a utilitarian or whatever, would basically agree that this is the case, right?
I generally agree that it's okay to shame bad things.
Yeah.
Okay, so he could be just saying something trivial, like if you have the goal of reducing the amount of sluts, then slut shaming will reduce the amount of sluts, right? Right, which might be true, right? That's like an empirical question, but yeah. So it could be like he's just saying something super trivial. But then you would just ask like, well, you need to get clear on the terms. Like, what do you mean by slut? And then you can ask, well, why is being that a bad thing or something?
So it's an effective method, and you would agree from your worldview that shame ought to be employed at times, right?
Yeah, it's generally good. It's a good thing to shame bad things. Now, my question: give me one reason why promiscuity is wrong.
Give me one reason why murder is.
Yeah, one reason why murder is wrong is because
Why are you answering that? Make it, dude. Holy fuck, Dean. Holy fuck. That was a perfect moment for some rhetoric, too. You just let him ask you a question to your question, right? How about you just force him to answer the fucking question, Dean? Fucking hell. I'm gonna rewind that. That was amazing.
yeah, it's generally good. It's a good thing to shame bad things. Now, my question: give me one reason why promiscuity is wrong.
Give me one reason why murder is.
Yeah, one reason why murder is wrong is because it's a violation. Was a damning non-answer.
He's fucking answered it.
Wait.
I'm sorry.
There
what
you
was
go.
your answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a rights violation. Now give me a reason.
Oh, okay.
Wrong.
It's a rights violation. Okay, hang on, Dean. We're just making sure we get the terms clarified. When you say rights, where do rights exist?
I'm not going into the meta-ethical conversation with you. This is a pivot. I'm failing to.
It's not a pivot for us to clarify language.
It is. It is absolutely.
Answer the fucking question.
Yeah, so you won't get into meta ethics?
I'm not going to get into your pivot. No, I refuse.
So I don't understand how am I supposed to debate with you on these terms if we can't get to the meta ethics so that we can decide which terms are what, why they're that way, and then how we can...
Because we're talking about under your semantics. That's why it's irrelevant, right? And you asking him a question, and then he gives you... He shouldn't have answered that question. He should have just repeated the same question. He should have just said, I'm sorry, that was a question. What's the answer to my question, right? He should have said something like that.
Can actually... Hang on. Dean, calm down. I honestly want to do this with you. I just want to clear this stuff up. That's it.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I call
look,
bullshit.
We actually shouldn't even be debating
I
about
call
this right now
bullshit.
because I asked you for one reason.
Should it in a normative sense or a non-normative sense?
Non-normative sense. So I asked you for one reason.
Non-normative. Okay. Just so in a descriptive
Allow me to
sense, we
finish.
shouldn't be
5,
debating it.
4, good boy. Allow me to finish. So I asked you for one reason why promiscuity.
You still got the blindfold on.
Because I mean, we're not. I'm just.
You're just cheating again.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, good boy. All right, so I asked you for one reason why promiscuity is wrong, and then you responded to me by saying, what's one reason murder is wrong? So actually, Andrew, that was a pivot around my question, analytically speaking.
Well, hey, hang on. I think that's fair, but the only reason I answer the question with a question is because you refuse to get into the meta ethics of what wrong means. And so I used what's called a demonstration. I used a demonstration in order to try in some way from your worldview
It's not a demonstration, right? It's a fucking question to his question, right? It's just a dodge. It's not a demonstration. It's a dodge. It's the other D word.
to understand what wrong was. You made the claim then that what wrong is something which is a violation of rights. Great. Now we're getting somewhere. So then what is a right and where does it exist? This is really pivotal to a debate, Dean.
Actually,
Don't let him drag you.
Demonstrate the relevance of me telling you, in accordance with my framework of deontic duties, what is relevant in describing minority.
Because I don't understand what you mean by the term. Yeah. So because I don't understand what you mean by the term wrong. I don't understand what you mean by the term wrong. I don't understand what that means.
One good boy. Allow me to finish. Andrew, stop.
You just told me. You just asked me the question.
3, 2.
How are you going to ask me a question and then when I answer it, you start counting? Why are you still counting? Can you just engage, Dean?
Demonstrate more maturity than my 6-year-old nephew. You have one.
Yeah, I don't know. You're the one. Bro. You asked me a question, then when I answered it, you cut in.
I
I
was not
don't
asking
get
you a
it.
question. In fact, I was in the middle of a statement. I was not asking you a question.
Okay.
Getting old.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead with your statement. Go ahead.
But that's okay. Don't worry. I'll catch you up to speed. So here's the big issue. At this
Hang on, woman. Bring me another beer.
All right.
You can ask your grandma or
Based.
whoever's house you're living at. She'll grab you a beer. But go ahead.
Oh, I am living at my grandparents, but luckily right now I'm at the girlfriend's house. And unlike you, I don't treat women in my life like shit, and that's why I won't die alone. Anyways, going back.
I'm married, Dean. I'm married.
Cringe. Come on, just get back to it, please. I'm cringing.
You will still die alone, unfortunately, most likely. I mean, at some point we all have a And if you
What?
can,
Dean, why
Why?
don't you make an argument? Make an
okay.
argument, Dean.
Yeah, go ahead, Dean.
No, the burden isn't on Dean, right? This is what I'm saying. Brian's a complete fucking retard, right? Like, what do you mean make an argument? He's asking him the question, right? It's Andrew's the one affirming the proposition, right? That promiscuity is wrong, right? For some reason, we moved over to that proposition rather than slut shaming is good, whatever. So I don't know why Dean would have to make an argument for Andrew. Like, well, it's irrelevant. His view is completely irrelevant right now.
feelings getting hurt, I'll bow the knee on that topic, going back to what I originally came here to discuss. So I asked you for one reason why promiscuity is wrong. Andrew, be honest, in a yes or no, have you answered that question?
Well, I don't understand the coherency
Yes
of the
or no?
question.
Dean, let him.
I have listen. I have to understand what you mean by these terms.
Okay, that can be granted, right? You don't know what the question means. You don't know what the terms mean in the question, right? But you still haven't answered the question, right? Even if you don't know what it means, you still haven't answered it, right? So you can say, no, I haven't answered it because I don't know what some of the terms mean.
Do you know?
That would be the honest thing to do, right?
why.
One reason why
So do you? Hang on, Dean. Let me explain. You agree with me? I'll just ask you this question. Do you agree with me that people can come up with any definition they want for a word? Any definition they want, they can come up with, right?
Yeah, sure. I'll clear the air. I understand exactly what you're asking for.
Great. So then the thing is that
I know what you're
hang
asking.
on, Dean. I'm just going to follow up real quick, and then I'll let you talk. So if that is the case, and it is the case that everybody
let
can
him
have
drag
their own
him.
definitions of everything, when we're getting into these moral claims, you're asking me to give you a moral reason why X is wrong. Then we need to know what we mean by morals. We need to know exactly what you mean when you're asking me what wrong is. And we need to know what these things are. That's why the meta-ethical discussion is so important. But anyway, go ahead.
Of course.
Hey,
not.
put yep, blindfold. Hey,
Yeah,
put Dean.
got you.
Thank you, Dean.
Okay, and if you're curious what's behind my phone, it is my girlfriend folding her clothes. Anyways, I don't think that I'll be cheating.
Based.
Anyways, so I asked you for one reason why promiscuity is morally wrong.
That's a loaded question.
So when we say morally wrong, all that we're saying is that it's something that you shouldn't do in a normative sense. And insofar as where this wrongness is generated from, this would be entailed given your view, as this is an internal critique. So I am not subjugating you, right, to my view. So I don't.
Okay, he didn't put that in the best terms, but he is saying under your semantic. I don't know what he's talking about with entailed and all that stuff. I don't know why he's using that language, but if you're interpreting him once again charitably, you know he's just saying, well, under your semantics, whatever you mean by wrong, right? What's the argument that it is wrong? Now, since Andrew is a Orthodox Christian, right? What he means by wrong, I'm assuming is something like because God says it's wrong or God commands against it. God has a desire against it. It doesn't conform with the nature of God, something like that, right? But I don't think Andrew wants to go down that route because then Dean's just going to ask him, well, what's the argument that God exists, right?
Not critiquing your view. I'm asking simply. So hang on. I'm not critiquing your view. I'm not doing an internal critique. I agree that you're doing an internal critique of my view, and I'm happy to answer to these things. But Dean,
my head
listen,
itchy. My
just
head
chill out,
itchy.
bro.
You can't.
I just listened to what you said, but what you're asking are loaded philosophical terms,
That's not
and so
a
for
fucking loaded question to ask you for a reason.
bro, would you calm down
Dude,
again?
if there's a white supremacist on the street,
Boy, man,
they're
you're
saying
really
that if-
freaking out here, Dean.
1 second,
You need to
if-
stop spurging, bro.
if there's like a Christian evangelicus on the street and they're like preaching,
What's an evangelicist?
Oh, I'm not answering that question. And they're preaching that it's
Okay,
wrong.
that was
I don't
kinda
know what an
funny.
I've never heard. Is evangelicist a word? I'm looking it up.
I mispronounced it, but it's going to be typically a more
Evangelicus.
Catholic church down south, particularly.
No, you need an evangelist, not an evangelist.
That's a low blow, but that's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Evangelicus. Okay, gotcha.
So, are you going to highlight the fact that I mispronounced that word? Are you going to listen to me insofar as why you will not answer the
Well,
question?
words matter, Dean. I'm just trying to be very specific here.
I actually doubt that there was any level of relevance to you interrupting me and correcting my pronunciation of the
shit.
word. You just cannot.
I want to make sure I know what you're talking about, Dean. I'm sorry.
I actually completely doubt that. I think that you can't hang.
Well, I mean,
You
you
can't
doubt.
look
I'm
at
sorry
that.
you doubt things.
Rather talk about anything.
Sorry about your emotional state, Dean.
Well, I appreciate you apologizing for my emotional state, as you're the one that.
Yeah.
There's a
I am sorry that you're in that emotional state. Yes.
So, anyways, I will go and repeat what I said. It is not a philosophically loaded question for me to ask you a reason why you think something's bad. If you continue to posit the view that it is, I will leave because you're not worth my time.
Okay. Well, nobody cares if you leave, Dean. Go ahead.
Okay, so you're refusing to answer the question.
No. I just want to
you're not
dive
refusing
in.
to answer the
I
question.
want to dive in, bro. Do you agree with me that it's highly important? Semantics in a debate are highly important. The meta-ethical foundation, what we mean by terms, is absolutely important
I reject
before
that.
we can.
We've been over this a million times. I mean, he's not wrong to ask. The thing is, he's not wrong to ask. Well, when you ask me, why is promiscuity wrong? What do you mean by wrong there? He's not actually wrong for asking that, right? But Dean is not making it clear that when he's asking that, he's just asking under your semantics, right? What's the argument that it's wrong?
Let him.
No, you don't.
guys,
You don't agree.
Let each other finish, please.
I I don't
Let each
actually-
other finish.
I don't think that your meta-ethical view, insofar is the internal critique that I'm running on you on where you think wrongness is derived of.
Yeah, but I
is-
need
There
to
you go.
understand what you're asking.
There you go. He just told
Yeah,
you.
well, where and where
should
where it's the
understand
right.
wrong.
Listen, that's fair. Like it's
Not
fair to
relevant,
run
but
an.
I think wrongness
Dean,
is derived of as I'm
You can
critiquing.
run your internal critique. All we have to do is clarify some meta ethics. That's it.
Well, it's if I'm running an internal critique, what meta-ethical framework would we be operating under?
Exactly.
My understanding of the coherency of what you're asking.
No, it is your
No.
understanding of how you view meta-ethics. Why is it relevant
Exactly.
for us to talk about my
There you
view
go.
on
Ex-
Because you said the word wrong.
Yes!
You asked me
Holy
about
fucking finally. Yes, exactly.
the word wrong.
Yes, but
And
when I am
so it's
asking
important for me.
reason
Hang
why
on,
you think
bro.
it's wrong,
Bro, do you want me to
clarifying on
answer?
your view.
All right,
If you do
you
this
let me
circle
know.
again, I'm leaving.
Andrew, can
Nobody.
I? Let,
Okay, so real quick, Dean. There's a couple things here. First, nobody gives a shit if you leave. Second, okay, it's super important for me to understand the cohesiveness of the terms that you're using when you're asking me these questions so that I can give you the answers to them. This is Philosophy 101. There's a course you should take. It's called Debate University.
It's
You will get
rhetoric.
a lot of
Just
value out of
rhetoric.
it. Right now, it's on sale through the new year.
Straight rhetoric.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just posit this as a last statement. If you can't answer my question following from this, I'm going to go ahead and dip. So all that I've tried to do, and the entire time that this debate has been unfolding, is I've tried to ask you one simple question. The one simple question that I've tried to ask you is give me one reason why you think promiscuity is wrong. Okay? And in our conversation so far, allow me to finish before you interject. You've asked me about my meta-ethical framework. You've asked me about what I mean by an entailment. You've asked me what I mean by an axiom. You've tried to talk to me about how you pronounce like certain words related to the Christian faith. But meanwhile, you've been able to successfully evade everything but giving me an answer to that question. In fact, the first time I asked you this question on can you name one reason why promiscuity is wrong, you literally responded to me by asking me for a reason why I think murder is wrong.
Okay, I think you used too much detergent. I'm getting itchy.
So, Andrew, and in good faith, I will ask you one last time. The question I'm asking you very specifically is, are you able, literally, I don't even know if you're able to do this, your abstract thinking ability is incredibly low, are you able to name one singular reason why promiscuity is wrong? Now, it is important for me to clarify in terms because you deem semantics to be incredibly valuable and important to these conversations.
Yes.
When I am asking you for one reason why you deem this to be wrong, all that I'm asking you is why do you think that this is something that we shouldn't do? I don't care what your ethical framework is. I don't
No, you
care
do-
if you think that this is something that
No,
we
you
shouldn't
do
do
care.
objectively or subjectively. I don't really
Okay.
care what your normative view is. All that I want is for one reason why this would sufficiently justify your normative criterion insofar as why.
Hang on 1 second, Dean. There's this thing going off. Hang on. Okay, go ahead.
What the fuck is that?
So I've already clarified that I don't care about your
Thank you,
ethical view,
I
and I
guess.
don't really care about
Who the fuck is this guy?
your normative view that much either, because at the end of the day, all that I'm asking for is your internal reasons why this sufficiently justifies your standard for moral wrongness under your normative view. So at this point, the same way I'd ask someone that thinks being gay is wrong, why they think being gay is wrong, the same way I'd ask someone that thinks racism isn't wrong is why do they think that racism is good. I'm asking you to provide one singular reason why promiscuity is wrong.
And I can't wait to do that. I just want to ask you a couple of clarifying questions. That's all I'm asking for.
Here, Dean, hold on. Andrew,
How can he make it any more clear? He's just asking for one reason, right? Under your semantics, why it's wrong. That's it. I don't know what more clarity you need. Do you not know what he means by promiscuity? Whatever you mean, that's what he means. Oh, fuck. This is hilarious. This is really funny, actually.
if Dean answers the questions, like how long will it, like 3 minutes, 2 minutes? How long do
Yeah,
you
it's just a few questions.
Oh
so
my
that we can clear
God,
up a
dude.
few
Okay, do
of
you
the
need 2 minutes?
semantics.
Somebody shut this Brian retard up.
Andrew, how much?
Give me, like just a few questions, maybe like 2-3 questions.
Okay, Dean, is that okay? Dean, can you
I'll-
answer just 2 or 3 questions for Andrew?
I failed to see any possible question that would be relevant. What are your questions? I mean, let's see if they're relevant.
For
Well,
the sake of
okay,
time,
so-
just answer
so-
them, and then
So the first question is, what does wrong mean when you're asking me if something is wrong? What does that
I've already
mean?
clarified
Okay, I
that
don't know why my
in the
camera-
Yeah, I
just
know.
did that.
Clarify again, though.
That was
please.
weird.
Are you listening? I said it. It's something,
Well, I just want to be precise here. What do you mean when you say wrong?
I already said it. I'll say it again. It's something that you should.
Yeah, say it again, please, so that I understand.
It's something you shouldn't do in a normative sense.
Okay, so you ought not do the thing.
Yes, bro. Holy shit.
Okay, so we ought. Not do the thing. Now, the second question that I have is when you say ought, are all oughts axiomatic?
All right, Andrew. Fuck you. You're wasting my time.
All right.
Yeah, well, that was completely fucking
Andrew, you
irrelevant.
still there? He left.
I'm still here.
I don't even understand the question. What the fuck does that mean?
Axiomatic. Is when you say ought, are all oughts axiomatic?
All right, Andrew. Fuck you. You're wasting my time.
Are all oughts axiomatic? What the fuck does that even mean?
All right. Andrew, you still there? He left.
I'm still here. Where'd Dean go?
I think that
I
was-
just had a couple clarification questions, but he just
Why
said
is that?
fuck you
It's not
right
relevant.
I just wanted to clarify a couple things.
Yeah. Well,
Are all oughts axiomatic?
if y-
Axiomatic? It depends on your view, right? Are you just asking, are all oughts or propositions that can contain the word ought self-evidently true? Well, that's probably not true, right? You ought drink Diet Coke only, right? That doesn't seem axiomatically true. All right, well, that was pretty dumb. Whoops. Probably gonna cut up this video and repost it. Because I created this. Yeah, I'll probably unlist this video and then post the actual horizontal view. Because right now I'm on YouTube Shorts, so it's vertical. But I am live on Twitch right now with the horizontal view. But let me pull up, because I actually have a little system here, like a criteria for debate scoring. So here's the criteria: domain knowledge, debate mechanics, like being linear, knowing what claim is in contention or where the burden of proof lies, knowing the next move, semantic analysis, whether that be concession, requesting support or an argument, stuff like that. And then, so that's the first two: domain knowledge, debate mechanics, philosophical knowledge, empirical knowledge, and rhetoric. And I haven't quite figured out exactly how I want to score each, because I don't want, because I think Andrew might have won rhetorically here. Domain knowledge, see, like in this debate, there wasn't if we're talking about slut shaming and promiscuity and stuff, there wasn't a lot of substance there for the domain knowledge or any sort of empirical stuff that was brought up. There wasn't statistics on, I don't know, body counts or other dumb shit like that. It was mostly just rhetoric and debate mechanics, maybe a little bit of philosophical knowledge, a little bit. But that was really it. It was just like, I think, see, I think debate mechanics wise, Dean probably lost that too. He did not keep the conversation linear. He tried a few times, but Andrew was just dragging him wherever he wanted, and he just went along for the ride. And Andrew didn't really give any of his own views. He was mainly just asking a bunch of clarifying questions, so I can't really score him on philosophical knowledge either. And that's the thing. I like this would be a terrible debate to try to score, right? Because it was mainly just the rhetoric and I don't know. There wasn't a lot of substance. It was terrible. It's horrible. Now for the normies, they're probably thinking like Andrew fucking destroyed Dean. I don't think that's the case. It's not like Andrew showed some sort of false belief that Dean had. He didn't show. He didn't give any arguments for his views. He didn't give any reasons to believe that slut shaming is good or promiscuity is wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how to. Okay, let's try to do it in intuitive scoring. I want to give them both like a fucking 2, if I'm being honest. I want to give them such a low score. I think Andrew hedges out Dean just because of the rhetoric and the ability to control the sort of dialectic that was happening, right? Dean did not do a good job of staying linear and making sure that the debate was super focused. He did not do a good job of that. But I mean, to be fair, Andrew, at least, he tries to. He'll talk to basically anybody that I've seen. I think Dean will too, but Dean is talking to dumb fucks on TikTok all day. All day, just talking to complete dumb fucks, you know? So he might be a little rusty when he's talking to somebody that, you know, debates fairly often at a, I don't want to say high level, but a higher level than the typical debaters that you see on TikTok and YouTube and such. All right, well, it's been about an hour, so here, I'll give a score. I'll say, I'll give Andrew a 4, and I'll give Dean a 3. I think Andrew, unfortunately, because there was no substance in that debate, I think Andrew probably won that just because of, like I said, the sort of controlling of the conversation and the rhetoric. Which, I mean, I guess it's a W, right? It's not a substantive W. I was listening to a debate that Andrew had with what's that fucking guy's name? The fucking numerology dumb fuck. Whatever that guy is. He completely destroyed that guy, substantively. So that was a good debate for Andrew. I was listening to that and I was laughing my ass off because that dude's a complete dumb fuck. Complete dumbass. So that was entertaining. He won rhetorically, philosophically, debate mechanically. I mean, it was a slaughter. Andrew fucking wrecked that numerology guy. All right. I might stream later, maybe. I have a few other debates. I think I'm gonna I have a few in the chamber here. I wanted to review, just because they're so funny to me. I wanted to review they're older debates, but well, this one's an older debate. Wait, I thought I wrote both of them down. When Ethan Klein from H3 spoke to Fresh and Fit, I wanted to review that one, and when he spoke to Pearl. Oh my god, I haven't watched those in a long time. I started watching the one with Fresh and Fit. I think it was 2 days ago when I was. Fuck, it is so funny. So I might review those two. I'll probably do the pro-life lady on Jubilee. That pro-life lady, oh my god, she seems so dishonest. I remember watching her debate with Destiny on the Fresh and Fit podcast. Oh great, I need a new computer. I don't even know. I might be skipping. Here, let me close this. Maybe that'll help. Okay. And then I saw a clip of her on the Jubilee on Twitter. I didn't even know about it until I saw it on Twitter, where she would not answer a question directly. It was so bad. She comes off as hyper dishonest. So I'll probably review that. And there's this dude that reviewed David Pakman on the Patrick Bet PBD podcast with the Patrick Bet David guy. And he gets so many views. And I'm listening to him give his commentary, and he seems like a retard too. He seems like a complete dumbass. I don't know how he's getting so many views. I think it's just because he has a nice setup, you know, he's got good lighting, he's got the books in the back, like he's smart. I don't need all that, dude. Bro, I got a blank wall. I don't give a shit. Okay? I guarantee he's probably read 1.5 books out of all the books he has on the shelf. So that dude seems like a complete dumb fuck. So I'll probably review his review of that debate. And I'm going to go through his YouTube to see if he has other debates that he reviews as well, or if he has any sort of solo videos. You know what I might do? I might see if he has any videos on like veganism and stuff, because he has a lot of views. Like, he gets hundreds of thousands of views, and I'm just like, who watches this guy? This guy does not seem like he's intelligent. There was one more. Oh, and Dean talked to that one person that said she'd be okay with leaving slavery up to the states. So I might review that podcast as well. I was watching that. It seems kind of boring, so I might not, but we'll see. But all right, I think that's it. Might be back on later. Probably not. I'll be back on tomorrow though, so I'll see which one I want to review, and then like I said, I'm gonna close this out. I'm probably going to make this video unlisted, and then I'll post the horizontal video on my YouTube channel. And I was also thinking one more thing. I might make like a video essay sort of thing where once I stream it, I go back and then I make a more formal video where we go through each section, and I cut in between, kind of give my thoughts and make it like a 10-15 minute video instead of just streaming it live and doing your reaction that way. Just in case, because when you're streaming stuff live, you miss stuff. So it's always nice to just go back, rewatch it, say exactly what you want to say, because I probably messed up some of the things that I was saying. So it's nice to go back and maybe correct some of the stuff I said and catch other things that I didn't catch when I watched it live. So I might do that with the videos I review as well. All right. Until next time, which is tomorrow, maybe tonight. All right, bye. All right, see you.